Hello, it's just on here again from Operation Alpha. I hope you are good, enjoying your weekend. I have a question from Dave Watson, and he says, how can I stop after a few chocolates instead of finishing the whole goddamn box? Same applies to nuts and mince pies. Okay, it's a really good question because it kind of gives you an idea of why I am such a believer in a moderate and flexible approach to dieting rather than a long-term restriction or even 28-day plans where you cut out dairy and wheat and sugar and you don't touch any alcohol and chocolate, etc. And you can do that for so long, but after a while your mind snaps and these approaches are just not sustainable, which is kind of why people tend to yo-yo diet, lose lots of weight, put it back on, because it's just not sustainable. It's not realistic. It can feel great while you're doing it, and you can look back as well and think, oh, Jesus, I was really, I was killing it when I was doing that diet, and I got in great shape. But your mind plays tricks on you because you need to think, well, what happened afterwards? There is a reason why you fell off the wagon afterwards and went face down in pies, chocolate, and crisps for 2 months and put the weight back on. So my answer to this question is, instead of depriving yourself and thinking, all right, I'm not going to eat anything bad for the next month, instead of doing that, the beauty of the flexible approach to dieting is you factor it in. You are honest with yourself and you say, I enjoy eating chocolate. I enjoy eating it. And instead of self-flagellating and telling myself that I'm never going to eat it again or I'm not going to eat it for the foreseeable future, you factor it in. And this is where self-control and a bit of moderation comes in, because you realize that it's not going to be that long until you're able to eat these foods again, you see. So you avoid that sort of scarcity mindset, where it's like, oh, okay, I'm just going to eat all of it now because I know and when it's done, I know I'm not going to touch it again for ages. And you get into this kind of unhealthy mindset regarding food. So I hope that makes sense. So the idea is, if you're eating it little and often and you're factoring it into your diet, and the rest of the time, 80% of the time your diet looks good, and you're sticking to good healthy eating principles, you can eat chocolate, you can eat cake, you can eat some pizza. It's not going to damage your health or ruin your fitness goals. And if you're doing it regularly, little and often, fairly regularly, not every day, you are far less likely to binge in the way that you've described. Okay, so I hope that helps. Um, Please, comment below the video if you want to know more about this, and keep the questions coming, guys. Cheers.